Look, you made it. You made it to another edition of Chat Spot. I am your host, Simon Says, and now you're wondering, where did the ladies go? What is going on? Well, guess what? It's time for the men to take over, because it's time for us to have a conversation concerning you men. Yes, all of you guys watching and you ladies who are watching. It's a very important conversation that we're having, because we're talking about what? Male contraceptives. This is a very important topic about you guys. You know, sometimes you gotta take hold of this. You guys are too many baby daddies out here, and we need to actually find a way in which you guys can actually take hold of your conversation concerning contraceptives, and that is something that we have on for you today. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for your eyeballs, that you guys are watching us all across our social media platforms. Switch TV KE, Switch TV Kenya, all across the social media platforms. You are there on YouTube. Leave a comment underneath in the conversation that we have today, because we're having a courtesy of Marie Stops. They're here with us, and we have specialists. We even have a guest here. We're gonna have a fruitful conversation. But before we start, even you guys, I want to give you, when it comes to male contraceptive, there's one aspect that we all know about, and that's about condoms. You know, us guys out there, many of you guys do not even wear condoms. Why don't you take that ownership and actually go out there and actually start putting some protecting yourself when you actually engage in intercourse with someone that you like? By the way, fun fact, you know who actually initially originated and started with using condoms in the first place? It was not us men. It was actually a woman. Back in the day, BC, before Christ. It was way back in that day, and women actually even started it for us guys. So it's time to take ownership even as a man. And one person that's actually even said, you know what? It's time to cheza. Hey, with Lifeguard. You know what? Hit me right here with these guys right here. Lifeguard, thank you so much. These guys have actually studied condoms that can indeed give you a great experience when you want to engage with intercourse responsibly, because we are adults. So let's behave like adults when we're behaving in adult behavior. So right now, we want to get into our discussion today concerning vasectomy. Oh yeah, ta. That's a word indeed that scares a lot of men, but we want to debunk that. We don't want to put it. We want to put it in a way that you actually act from a place of knowledge. You actually now go out there and don't just speak from a place of fear and all that. No, we want to give you a platform in which you actually get knowledge and actually be able to act more responsibly with the knowledge that you actually get. So with me today, I got two men. Today's men were no men. We are out here. I got two men with me. Right here on my right, the guy with the shiny head, man. Hey, look at you, my man.
How are you?
I'm alive and well, and how are you though?
Fine. Glad to be here today.
Exactly.
Yes.
Tell me your name. Just even a short description of who you are. Yes.
My name is Soleh Mohammed, yeah. And I recently underwent vasectomy.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's big, bro.
That's big.
Yeah, that's big, bro. And I even, like, for example, I'm sure that was a journey even for you to reach even that point of even deciding to even undergo vasectomy, right?
I can say it's been a long journey. I've been in research phase for around 3 years, since 2019. But this year I decided, it's time to take action.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna hear Swale's story. Oh yeah, you're gonna hear Swale's story. Very soon we're gonna dive deep and understand even about his journey. And right here we have a specialist. The cool guy. The guy with the denim. Oh, he's looking fly, and he's got his pen right there in the pocket. Look at him. How are you doing, sir? Tell me your name and specific what you actually do.
Okay, I'm good. My name is Michael Kadasia. I work with Marie Stops Kenya. I'm a registered nurse.
Exactly.
I work under Nairobi 1 FPO. It's an outreach channel that gives free family planning services across Nairobi, Murang'a, some parts of Kajiado, and Kiambu.
Okay, that's actually good. I mean, so even you're the specialist, you've actually even seen, even you've been able to deal with many people. Have you also dealt with like many guys who even had to go through the process of vasectomy itself?
Yes.
So you understand even mentally what it actually even takes for one to even undergo vasectomy?
Yes.
Even as we even begin this discussion, real quickly, I just want to ask you, what is the technical term, even how do you define it, even as a specialist? What is vasectomy? I just want to understand for us guys, because for me, my definition is, what are you doing to my genitalia? What do you want to do to me? What is your definition, in medical terms?
Yeah, vasectomy is just simply, it's male sterilization. You can call it male sterilization. It's a male birth control method where we just cut the supply of sperms to when you ejaculate. Yeah.
And what is that kind of? You know, there's those two veins. Like there's
They're
what
not-
is called there.
The
Is this one
vast difference.
Yeah, the vas.
Difference.
Exactly, the vas. That's the one that has the sperm.
Yeah, no, it just transports the sperms from the epididymis.
Ah,
Yeah.
so is that what you're cutting?
Yeah, it's what we're cutting.
So you're not cutting my other urethra and other things there?
No. It's only the vast difference. Yeah.
Hey, okay, we're gonna dive into that because that's a lot. Because even when you mention even about even vasectomy, even it's just saying it's male sterilization. The thought of even you cutting or even invading a man's genitalia. You know how we have, as us men, we usually have a very deep connection with our genitalia.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, even we're defined by it. A lot of the times, you define by you define your own manhood by your own genitalia.
Yes.
So how do you, as a medical expert, let me just ask him for a second, as a medical expert, how do you mentally get someone prepared to undergo the process of vasectomy?
First of all, you have to demystify. A lot of people think vasectomy is castration.
Exactly.
Those are completely two different things. Yeah. Castration is where they take the surgeon takes out your balls or your testicles.
It's okay. Yes.
Then vasectomy, we don't interfere with your testicles. Everything is normal. We just cut the supply. We just cut the vast difference that supply the sperm when you're ejaculating.
You're making it sound. We just go in there. Like cut it too. It's just something small. But then it's still an operation though.
It's a minor. Yes.
It's a minor operation.
It's a minor operation.
That's really interesting. Even I just want to come to you. Even how were you able to mentally prepare to actually now decide? You know what? Vasectomy is it for me.
I would say I'm very fortunate to know people who've undergone the procedure before. So my information, when I was in research mode, I had first-hand information from people who've done this before. Any questions, any concerns that I had, any myths that I got from the internet, I would immediately rush back and ask them, hey, dudes, is this true? Because there's this, what can I call it? The notion that once you undergo vasectomy, your meter is disconnected. It's not true.
Hey.
So any concern that I had, I asked the guys who've done this before, and they helped me through.
What was that concern that you had? That's what I want to know. What was that concern that you had?
My main concern was, and I believe this, I speak for the general public, once I undergo this process, does it in any way affect my libido? Does it in any way affect my sexual activity?
Yes.
So once that was laid to rest, I think I didn't have any barriers to doing this.
When you hear, for example, I just want to stay on that. When you hear that, even does this will vasectomy affect my libido? You see, that's a thing that even us men we have. How do you then answer someone who has that question? How do you talk to someone like him? So I even tell him hey, this. What would you tell him to now ease his tensions when he comes and asks you, okay, will vasectomy really affect my libido?
No.
Okay. How do you now ease me? What do you say?
A vasectomy doesn't affect libido. Yeah, because we just cut the supply, the vast difference that supply the sperm when you're ejaculating. So as a man, you're still the same. The only problem is you can't, there's no seed in your semen.
Now, here's the thing. See, sperm has there's testosterone. Is there any reduction of our testosterone levels?
No.
There's a little bit of that.
No, testosterone is a male hormone. It's absorbed directly into your blood. Yeah, it doesn't come through the vast difference when you're ejaculating.
Okay, that's true. I mean, I get your point, but then now, boss, even when you're going and asking even all these questions about okay, is this gonna affect? Your first question was libido, and then the second question was
testosterone. I'm since that's what defines you as a man.
Exactly, you grow your face, your hairs, your chest hairs,
my voice. So am I going to sound like a Disney character after this?
I know
those are my concerns. Yeah,
and then now. There's a difference between when now you have actually now raised several concerns. What do you think was told to you, first of all, even before you reached that point of even asking, what triggered you to even think about vasectomy, even incorporating that within your life, even undergoing this process? What made you even think about that?
I think from a personal point of view, I've always I have 2 kids. I'm a father of 2.
So you can reproduce. Hey, nice. You reproduced in this world. Congratulations, my man.
Been there, done that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So after having 2 kids, I was like, hey, I'm sure I don't want any more kids. So what steps can I take?
Pause. Let me ask you a question. You know, you say, I'm sure I don't have any more kids. That makes me wonder, guy, how bad are your kids in impact?
No, yeah, okay.
You know,
it's just from a personal, what can I say, personal responsibility.
Okay, I get
just, hey, this has to stop somewhere. I'm comfortable with the number of kids that I have. And from this point on, if I weighed it against, what my wife has to go through, with the implants, with the contraceptives, the risk, after doing my research, the risk of, the pros and cons of vasectomy compared to the female contraceptives, it was a no-brainer for me. Yeah, I just had to take the burden off my wife.
Even that's deep. Even I love the way you mentioned it, taking the burden off your wife. Even you as a specialist, I just want to understand, what have you seen? Even as I've seen several people even who are actually undergoing the process of vasectomy. What is the type of person that usually comes to you who wants to undergo this process? What have you seen based on your experience?
First of all, the kind of clients that we receive, the clients they have already decided they want to do the vasectomy. They have researched about vasectomy and they feel that vasectomy will do better to them. A lot of our clients have enough children. They don't want to add more children. Then most of the clients, they just want to enjoy sex. They just want to have sex without any risks of their wife getting pregnant. Yeah.
So these are okay. Even I'm trying to understand. So this is a man. I'm sensing this is not a single man primarily, right?
No, vasectomy can be done to anyone.
Now I'm saying the guys who, I'm trying to say the guys who are actively interested. What kind of person?
Even the single guys can.
Oh really?
Yes, any man or adult can have a vasectomy, whether single or married. Yeah.
What age group? I just don't even understand. What age group usually is actively interested in vasectomy? Like, have you seen, based on your experience, like who have you seen like come across and say these guys are primarily actively interested in taking ownership of their contraception and actually wanting a vasectomy? What have you seen?
I think 25 to 50 years they usually come. Yeah.
25 to 50.
Yeah.
That's wildly interesting. You know, you look like a relatively young guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 34 years old.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hey, you got a young face, bro.
Good genes.
Hey! And humility. I see. No, that's and you underwent this process how long ago?
2 days ago.
2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Yo, it's fresh.
Fresh out.
Wait, uko sawa?
No, I'm good.
It's 2 days ago.
2 days ago. And I say one of the biggest concerns people have about vasectomy is, since it's surgery, people associate surgery with a lot of downtime. It affects your normal routine, which, as you can see, evidently, I'm here. 2 days ago, I was on the operating table.
Yeah.
Immediately after, I went back to work the same day.
Oh.
And yesterday and today, I'm here at the studio trying to get this message out there.
That's interesting. Even I'm going to go a little bit deep on this discussion, because I want to understand when you're prepping. Now we're going to go deep in this conversation a little bit more deeper, because even I want people to also understand what usually even happens in the operation process, even prepping right before even the operation, that sort of speak. I'll start from a medical perspective. I want to understand, what should someone who actually wants to undergo a vasectomy process do in order to actually prepare?
First of all, they have to make an informed decision. We have to take them through counseling, tell them what is vasectomy, how vasectomy works. It might take 10 to 30 minutes depending on the surgeon. Then after taking them through the counseling, they have to sign a consent. Yeah, they have to make an informed consent.
You're signing this?
Yes,
exactly. It's because it's a medical procedure.
Yes.
I get you, yeah.
Then after signing, making an informed consent, we prep them. We take them to the room where we will do the procedure. The procedure takes about 10 to 30 minutes.
Oh, only 10 to 30 minutes?
Yeah, or less.
Or less?
Yeah.
Oh, just a little quickie?
Yeah, it depends.
That's all.
Way to put it.
Exactly, yeah.
Then we have to manage pain. If there's any pain, but our clients, they usually we observe them for like 30 minutes, then they go home.
You have to manage pain?
Yes.
Interesting. What do you mean by that?
We just don't do vasectomy. we have to use a local anesthesia. Yeah.
And when you say local, it means that you're not numbing my whole body. Like
No, you're not numbing your whole body.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just the specific area
Uh-huh.
that we will do the minor procedure.
So it's just a little specific area.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Even you, something even when I was doing my research, because even since the procedure that goes down there, right?
Yeah.
It's a procedure.
Yeah.
Now we men know their genitalia sometimes even it's hairy sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to shave off and clean before the operation, or what usually happens? I want to understand that. What did you have to do?
Personally, I did a lot of grooming.
Hey.
I was very. I didn't want to go out there looking like a bushman.
Yeah. You don't look at your face. Your face right now.
No beard gang.
No beard gang.
But I can say from what I experienced, the doctors are very helpful. The procedure is not invasive at all. Not at all invasive, because I got a painkiller shot 30 minutes before I went in. And then...
Was it right here?
On my ass.
Okay. On your behind. On your gluteus maximus. Yes, I got it.
I got a painkiller shot. 30 minutes later, I was on the operating table. It's not painful at all. Just a little prick for the numbing agent.
You were awake in this process?
I was awake, and I was actually having a conversation with the doctor.
What were the questions that you're asking them? I mean, you're telling them jokes.
I'm a joker by nature.
So you're saying, knock, knock, who's there? Not me. Why? Because I'm no kid.
So I can say the doctor was very, very, what can I say, welcoming to my questions. We had a discussion where he told me anything, any question that I had.
You can ask.
I was nervous, but at that moment I was really nervous.
I can imagine.
I was nervous.
Yes.
Dude, I'm just laying there, numb. I can feel them snipping and cutting. I don't feel any pain, but I can just hear the sounds. And 22 minutes
So you're hearing...
Yeah, I could hear the snips and everything going
on.
Oh, Lord! They were swabbing. I don't know what was happening.
Hey! Through all those snippets, they were actually... What were they telling you? What were they telling you? I understand.
He explained like he said, during the counseling session, he explained the procedure in depth. Exactly what they're going to do. The incision is very, very small. After, you don't even need stitches. It just heals like a normal wound.
Oh, you don't even need stitches?
You don't even need stitches.
Oh, really?
You don't need stitches. It's just a small thing. There was just a little bandage dressing afterwards and painkillers, and you're good to go.
Interesting. Even so, you see how you mentioned about grooming. Even as, but even let me even other guys, if they want to hear a little bit more, so even project a little bit more, so I can actually even hear you. My main thing is I want to understand when it comes to even you mentioned about grooming and prepping. Apart from the grooming, is there any, like, for example, like, should, okay, let's say I want to get a vasectomy tomorrow. Should I shave myself today, or should I wait for the doctors to do it because they'll do it? You know, there are various ways that we can, you know, guys do snippets, other guys do so many things. So I just want to know from a specialist, how should I go about even grooming or even preparing myself for the operation?
I think you need to shave, you need to take a bath so that you're clean. Yes, you need to shave.
Don't come dirty.
Don't come dirty.
Well, don't come here smelling.
So
Exactly.
it's a right initiative to groom yourself to.
Is there, if I don't come shave, do you guys also do that for me?
Yes, you can consent. You have to consent. We just can't shave you. Then your male reproductive organ. People are hairy. Yeah, people are really hairy. Yeah. But most of the people are not hairy.
Now, you see the snip that he was talking about? Yeah. Have you actually, let me just ask you, have you actually performed an operation, a vasectomy operation yourself, right?
No, I have assisted.
Oh, you've assisted in the process. Yes. Now, in that assistance in the process, of course, you've experienced the whole process and everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are various ways to undergo. Are there various types of vasectomy operations?
Yeah.
Please fill me in on that.
Usually, they have two. We have two types. The first one is the scalpel vasectomy, but at Maristops we don't do the scalpel vasectomy. We do the non-scalpel vasectomy, where we just clamp and puncture a little bit where we can access the vas difference. Yeah, like I said, you don't need sutures.
And the vas difference is easy to find, right? You're not just there poking. You know, sometimes these doctors, they're like, hey, where, go happy. You know, like that.
Yeah, they're easy to find. Yeah, because you already prepared the client. Yeah, maybe sometimes when it's cold, we can use a heater to warm your genitals. After warming your genitals, then we start the procedure.
Oh, the heater will be for what? For this?
For just warming, so that your vas difference they can be accessible easily.
Hey, you get luxurious treatment.
Yes.
Hey, did you get heated up?
No, it was a warm day, so I'm thinking, I think it has something to do with, you know, the shrinkage.
Oh.
So if it's a normal warm day, you don't get
need
that
it.
much shrinkage. So
Okay, okay,
you're good to go.
Oh, so it makes it easier for you to now access and actually be able to do the operation more
Yes,
freely.
yes.
Hey, and you out there, if you're actually having a very, see how the discussion is very enlightening. If you're actually learning something, please do leave a comment underneath there. Even if you have any questions, we have guys here who have actually experienced it, and other guys who've even gone through the process, even taking people through the process. Ask those questions. I'm asking them. I'm going to ask them on your behalf. So make sure you even be interactive. Use your fingers and do what? Type up that question right there. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a little breather real quickly, okay? We want to hear a word from Mary Stops. Don't go anywhere. Unaenda wapi? Stay there.
Welcome to Maristo, where we offer comprehensive reproductive health services and it's tailored all for you.
Some of the services that we offer in Maristops:
general health consultation, laboratory and pharmaceutical services. We also offer ultrasound services, family planning to include short-term, long-term and permanent methods of family planning. We are also offering cervical cancer screening, also offering STI screening and treatment. Pregnancy crisis counseling services are also available.
So through our able team, once a client visits,
our clients are happy because we treat them like they are home. As you see, our clinic is really demedicalized in a way that we make it look like home. We don't want you to feel like you're in a hospital the moment you come in.
Maybe sometime you will feel better. I'll sing for you now. Maybe I said maybe sometime you will feel better. I'll sing for you now. Maybe I said
Oh, yes, indeed. We're having a very awesome and lubricated conversation about vasectomy, even how you as a man should take ownership of your own contraceptive, even your own actual activities during intercourse, even your own family planning methods, right here on ChatSpot. I am your host, Simon Says, and indeed we have taken over, and the hashtag we use is Chesa Smart with Lifeguard. Indeed, they are one of our sponsors, and thank you so much for Lifeguard for being a part of this, and Mary Stops for facilitating this conversation. We appreciate you, and you out there who's actually been listening in, we appreciate even your comments. So go ahead, you see these fingers that you have. I personally would even like to know what you are thinking about this awesome, well guarded and studied conversation right here with some awesome men we're having here. Even we're discussing about even vasectomy, and even you were telling your story right before even the break about even how even you decided to even undergo it. And now, before even you decided now to say, okay, this is a step that I have decided to take, what were your extremities, like what were your family members or even what was your partner thinking about it? Who came up with the idea, first of all? Was it your wife, your girlfriend, or who came up with it?
Actually, this is a very, very personal decision. I knew that I have, like I said, I'm a father of two. I knew after 2 kids, that's it. I didn't want any more kids.
2 was the target.
2 was the target. And after I got those 2 kids, I knew I had to take the next step. I had this conversation with my wife. This started way back in 2019, like I previously mentioned. It's not just something I decided upon in haste. So once I decided that I needed to do a vasectomy, I had to do a lot of research. And the internet is awash with a lot of misinformation.
What did you see?
I think the first thing that gave me a lot of concern was the pricing. Once you just do a simple Google search, the first thing that comes up is around, the figure is around 150,000, some exorbitant figures, which discouraged me at first. But then, like I said, I've had people who've gone through the process before, and they guided me. They were like, no, don't just get everything off the internet. Don't believe it. Do your own research, reach out to people or the various service providers and get more accurate information about the whole process. Then make an informed decision.
That's true. Even you mentioned about even the pricing. Even I just want to ask you as a specialist.
Yes.
Right here in Kenya, what is the price of me wanting to do a vasectomy? Like how much we're talking about here? Because that's something key. That would be a key barrier for me to even wanting a vasectomy here.
Yeah, it's free. It's free at Mari Stops.
It's free.
Yeah, you can visit us.
Ah.
We have a camp ongoing right now from 14th to 18th. Yeah.
So right now is if you actually wanted to get a vasectomy right now, it's actually even free.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah. So if so, this is not a process. Even when it comes to even price wise, it's not a barrier for you to actually take that step too.
No, the outreach channel is offering free vasectomies. We've been offering free vasectomies from long time ago.
Why? I just want to ask, why have you placed it as free? And what's the importance of placing it as a free for us men to even access this particular concept? I just want to understand.
So we want men to embrace vasectomy. So we're doing this for free so that we can attract a lot of men who are willing to do vasectomy and they don't have cash. So we're providing a free vasectomy around Nairobi, Kisumu and Kisii.
Why? Why is it important for men to embrace vasectomy? That's something I understand.
It is important because we have to plan. It should not be the burden of the wife only or the ladies. Also men, we should help them in embracing vasectomy and contraceptives.
As well. That's interesting because even you mentioned that you saw your wife going through various means and you're like, hey, no, what was she, okay, you said you started this journey on your own, right? Way back in 2019.
Yes.
So when you told her you wanted to undergo this, what was her reaction?
Her reaction at first was hilarious. She laughed because she knows the kind of guy I am. She was like, really? That's what you want to do? I was like, no, that's not what I want to do. I'm thinking about it. I'm just not there yet. I had to, gather a lot of information, and I can say she helped me a lot because she also knew a friend of hers who had done it. So we got together. Any questions that I had, I raised those concerns to him, and he guided me a lot. I can appreciate that a lot. And while I was going through the research phase, that's when I saw the advert for Mari Stops, that they were giving a free vasectomy, whatever clinic. I was very skeptical because there's no such thing as free lunch. I called them and asked them, is it free? They told me, yeah, it's free. The second time I called them, I was like, am I going to walk in and walk out? Because if you guys try and charge me anything, we're going to have a problem. And they were very, very forthright with the information. Any questions that I had, they addressed them. Any issues like about the costing, the scheduling of the consultation and the operation, they were very, very helpful with that. Yeah,
that's actually true. Even I'm glad even they were able to even calm your nerves and everything. But even as I go even further, were you when you now right after the operation, because it's just 2 days ago, 48 hours ago?
Yeah.
Has there been anything like because even I've seen like, has there been any side effects afterwards? Like, have you experienced anything after? Because I want to understand now the process after. Like after now you've gone through the, have you experienced anything?
I can say I had the operation around 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I was back at work like an hour later. The painkillers they gave me, they wore off around 6:30 in the evening.
Any uncomfortableness you felt?
A little discomfort. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I felt like someone kicked me in the nuts 2 days ago. It was just discomfort.
That can recall.
No pain.
In your genitalia you could feel it.
Yeah, I could just feel a little discomfort. My mobility was not hindered in any way. I could walk around, I could walk fast, I could ride in a matatu. And as you can see, 2 days ago, and I'm here today.
And you're walking very comfortably.
I'm walking very comfortably up and down the stairs. So for guys who are thinking about this, if you've undergone circumcision, circumcision is 10. The pain of vasectomy is 1. It's not even comparable.
So there was no swelling, no nothing?
No, they gave me a very good post-operation precaution on what to follow.
What they tell you?
They told me after the operation, I just need to make sure the affected, the groin area, it's just not wet. Don't get it wet. Make sure it's dry and hygienic. You don't need anything else. Like I said, I didn't get any stitches, so I didn't need extensive whatever post-operation care. Yeah.
And even as a specialist, after someone has undergone vasectomy itself, can I just jump into the sheets very fast, like the next day?
No.
Okay, I'm just wondering, like, because now I'm free, I can do whatever. Now I cannot bear any more babies. Let's go.
No. You don't. Like he said, first of all, you feel like your testicles are a bit heavy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you feel like they are heavy, but it will wear off after some few hours. Then after having a vasectomy, you have to wait for like 10 to 14 days so that you can resume having sex. Then after having sex, it's recommended that you have sex for more than 20 times or less using condom.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you
don't
must
you have
use
to
protection.
you have to use protection.
Why?
Because ideally we have some sperms that are in the vast difference. So if you have unprotected sex, you might still get your wife or your lady pregnant. So you have to use condom for the next 3 months. Then after 3 months, you can visit our clinic at Isili. So we do a semen analysis. 2 to 5 days before you come to our clinic, you should not have sex. So that we do a semen analysis. Then, if you're okay, we'll tell you that you can have unprotected sex.
At least to clean
Only
you out.
with your wife, yeah.
At least to clean you out, more or less.
No, it's not to clean you out.
No, I'm saying, see, the 3 months is to like now.
Yeah.
Empty
To
the
clean,
tank.
empty the system.
Yeah, exactly. So now you have nothing left.
Yeah, you have nothing left.
Umesikia?
That's the best part about this. You get to go home and tell your wife that the doctor said we need to empty the tank. So, chap, let's do
I
this.
see.
It has an
Using
upside.
condoms.
Yeah, using.
Oh,
using-
Yeah, using condoms.
It's important. So right now you're in that stage where you still need to use protection,
Yes.
even because of that now, because you still need to clean out
Yeah.
anything that's actually left behind. So that for that perspective. Then now, now analysis. Now when you have to go back after 3 months to see whether you actually have anything like left over.
Yes.
Now, let's say after 3 months, he decides, maybe I want a kid again. So, can this process be reversed ever? Or it's permanent, kwisha?
That's a nice question. So ideally, when they come for vasectomies, we have to take them through counseling. We offer permanent. It's a permanent method. So the vasectomy we do, it's permanent. So you have to take them through that. The way he said, the counseling process, tell them it's permanent. So that we usually ask them if they want more kids. Ideally, he doesn't want any kids. You only have two.
Yes.
So after some few, we usually tell them it's permanent.
So now, guys,
If someone wants to reverse, it's usually complicated.
but it can be done.
It can be, but it's less effective. Can be less effective. Yes.
And also the question even I would ask is, how soon can that reversal be done? Because there's always, even maybe you're at peace with the operation that you went to, right? You're okay, you're at peace. But then I also understand how some people make a decision, then immediately feel like they need to actually now go back on that decision. So how soon would you even recommend someone to even think or even consider that reversal?
No, a lot of our clients don't come back for reversals because during the counseling session, we usually tell them this is permanent. You'll not have any more kids. Yeah, it's very expensive to reverse vasectomy. Currently, not doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, so after an informed decision, the client has signed the consent that he wants a vasectomy. That's final.
Exactly. So now with knowing that you've made a final decision, now, and you've made a peace with that, have you been able to now tell, because 2 days later, how have you been able to now communicate about your vasectomy journey to now your friends? How has that been amongst your peers, now among your guys and everything?
I can say it's been very, very comical. My friends are just, they how can I say, they teased me a lot about this.
Oh, what did they say?
Teased me a lot about this. The first time I shared it, And I remember actually even before my friends, when I went for the process, I met some guys there who were due to undergo the same process. And we made a joke, like it's an insider joke. We were like, hey, are you here to get your meter disconnected? And everybody was like, yeah. And I've been like the butt of jokes. But my friends also, they're curious. I can understand where they're coming from. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And there's also lack of information from the relevant sources. Like I said, Maristops and the other service providers, there's not a lot of information that people can use to make such a big decision, because it's a very personal decision. It's also a very huge decision in your life. So my friends have also been curious, because I can tell, okay, they make jokes as a group, but some have reached out to me. They're like, hey, how was this? And I'm very grateful that you guys have this platform that I can get to reach someone who's out there considering it, but they're just on the fence information-wise. Yeah,
I totally see, because even that makes sense, because I know it's gonna happen. You know, us guys we joke. You know,
A
us guys we
lot.
joke about all of that and everything.
Yes.
We make jokes and everything, because even I'm like, hey. So even I just want to understand, even you as a now you're a nurse, you're there in the operation room.
Yeah.
How comfortable are you now? When you're saying it's a relatively easy process.
Yeah.
So even understand you as the operator, as the person now operating. How long did it take you to learn how to handle someone's DID to actually now do that process? How long did it take for you to learn that?
We have doctors who do that.
Huh?
My work is to reassure the client and assist the doctor in performing the vasectomy. Yeah, so the main thing is just reassurance.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, it's reassurance. Yeah, that's everything. Kila kitu itakuwa sawa.
And kila kitu, it came out okay.
Like it came out okay.
Somehow.
The procedure was, like I said, non-invasive. I had a very good dialogue with the doctor and the clinical assistant. So for anyone who's like concerned about the whole process, how is it? I think and that is the basis of when I say there should be more information out there. Because when there is information, then people can make these kind of decisions.
Exactly, because and the key thing is getting the right information, and some of you guys are out there are even giving us response on the information that you're getting from these awesome guys. And I want to give a shout out to Milton Omwenga, yes, hi Milton, I see you, and you've done a good job. Why? You've used your fingers accordingly, and you've actually just said hi, switch to locked, and I'm glad that you are indeed locked, but I hope you're not locked up, but you're just locked in. You're just locked in. That's a good thing, Milton. I am grateful for your attention. And Joyce Watoni, now, she has a very interesting question. So do you, Joyce? Thank you so much for this question. She says, where would the sperms go to, and would they continue to accumulate? So in a sense that when you cut, see, production is still being done.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
So where would the sperms go to? Or is he just going to become a big sperm bank that's walking here?
No.
But now, and you shake him like this.
No.
So yeah, that's a good question. Joyce, thank you so much for that question.
The sperms, they are reabsorbed by the body.
Ah.
The body makes them, the testicles make them, then they reabsorb.
Pause. Does that mean you actually get you keep more of your testosterone, and slowly, like you actually have a higher, could it be that you actually have a higher dose of even concentration of testosterone within your actual flow?
No. The sperm don't contain testosterone.
Oh, okay. Fill me in.
So
I'm just
be
asking.
normal. You just be normal. Yeah.
Because you know, I'm thinking you're saying they stay.
No,
You
they
said
are
the sperm-
reabsorbed by the body.
They absorb by the
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
And is that a good thing?
Yeah, it's a good thing
Why?
because the body will also make them. Yeah.
So it's
It's not like the sperms they expire and stay there, and no, the body reabsorbs the sperms.
the body reabsorbs the sperms over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay, so like in a few next year this time, boss.
I should be jacked. I should be the Hulk.
No, because of course, now based after the process, like how would you? Okay, have you felt a sense of relief? Like after you've done the process, like have you felt a sense of relaxation, or do you still have any questions in the back of your head after after the process? Just want to understand.
No, as right now, I'm at peace. Like I said, it's been a long journey. All my questions were answered prior to making the decision, because like he said, you undergo a counseling session, and the doctor was very, very informative on anything I needed to address. On your question about where the sperm goes, he told us that the body just breaks it down and it's absorbed into your body again. Yeah, so you don't need to worry about ballooning up or
Turning into Incredible Hulk.
Exactly.
He's like, don't get me angry.
Exactly.
That could be a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's interesting, because even I love the fact, because even I've never had a vasectomy, but even that's something even I thought in the back of my mind, that'll be like way later after we produce. For me, I'm impotent until you proven otherwise.
True.
But that's actually something that's I'm glad even that you'll be able to share your story, even as even the discussion goes on. I want to understand even from your perspective on this thing. What have you seen, especially, we know we are Africans, but we are Kenyans.
Yeah.
We know we are men.
Yes.
And then now, when we saying us men now, how do you tell an African man, go there and get, so that now you can, like, how do you communicate that to the audience, which is us Kenyan men?
The first thing we have to do, we have to demystify. A lot of Kenyan men think vasectomy is castration. Yeah, it's not castration. So what I'll tell Kenyan men is that utakam kama kawaida, utaamsha kama kawaida, and everything will be normal.
Utaamsha kama?
Kawaida.
Exactly.
Utakam kama kawaida.
Yes. And then also,
Yeah.
will I experience any less joy in intercourse? That's a key thing.
No. I think everything will be normal. In fact, you'll enjoy sex more because you don't have to worry about getting a lady pregnant. Yes.
And you'll be more responsible.
And be more responsible.
And as even after the operation,
Yeah.
how has your wife treated you? Has she now seen, you've done something for her to some extent, right? You said like, okay, I love and care about you, so I've done this snip and whatever. Has she appreciated that? Or she's just like, sour?
No, I actually got the, what can I call it, baby boy treatment.
Hey!
Going this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because right now, it takes the burden off her, like I said. The women go through a lot, and through the whole contraceptives and implants, everything. So right now, okay, I can say the burden is off her. She feels relieved to actually know that what can I say? I put myself in her shoes. So I can just take the responsibility. Now you can chill, get off the medication, but not yet right now, because I still have a grace period before I'm tested again to make sure my sperm concentration is off. Yeah.
Well, that's actually a big thing. The key thing is be a man that shows that you actually care about the women that you are actually with.
Yes.
And that's a key thing. Even you guys out there, maybe should take note from this conversation, is that a lot of times we can actually think that vasectomy is literally a castration of your manhood, but it's not. It's maybe a showmanship of the love and care that you have towards the person that you are indeed with. I really appreciate that indeed you have actually even taken the time to consume this helpful content that indeed has hopefully empowered you with the correct knowledge and information that you need to make cognitive and progressive even decisions that can help you out even as a man, so even you can live more responsibly and reproduce responsibly. Don't be like Nick Cannon out here producing 20 baby mamas. Yeah, in this economy, kijana wewe. But I really appreciate your time, and remember that indeed Mari Stops did make the stop here to actually even remind you guys that indeed that they're offering even free services. Check them out, even that they can actually even help you guys, provide you, even take you through the mental process. If you even have a question, let's say right now you're just thinking about it, you just have a question. Mari Stops, they have actually this November 14th to the 18th, get a free vasectomy services. Make sure you reach out to them. You can book your appointment today. Their number is right there on your screen. It's 0709 8190001. We'll repeat it one more time. 0709 8190001. I have been your host, Simon Says. I have taken over Chat Spot because this was a manly conversation, and you men out there, let's step up, be men better than the previous generation, because that's what being every generation is about, you know? We always gotta evolve and make better decisions as men. From me, Simon Says, from these awesome gentlemen, I'm Simon Says. It's a wrap up on this edition of Chat Spot. Till next time, see ya! Take care.